Hi. I'm here to talk about the Doctor, who is the best character in Star Trek Voyager. And I wasn't expecting him to be the best character. I didn't know a lot about the Doctor before watching the show. I was interested in watching the show because of 709. I really liked her in Star Trek Picard, and I ended up not liking her as much in Voyager as Star Trek Picard. I feel like Picard really elevated her as a character. She did have some good moments and good storylines, but for me, the big standout of the main ensemble in Voyager is the Doctor, and there are a lot of really good characters. I think that Voyager has one of the better ensembles for Star Trek. I don't think it could top the Next Generation or anything like that, but I think it's a better ensemble than some of the other Star Trek shows, and there's a lot of really enjoyable characters and some really memorable ones. The Doctor is the biggest standout, though. I love Robert Picardo's performance. I think that he really helped the Doctor be such a charismatic, entertaining character. And the Doctor is a character that is really funny. I think that he's easily the funniest out of the main characters in Voyager. However, there's much more to the Doctor than comedy relief stuff. He does feel like one of the most prominent and important characters in the show. Uh, he's able to be very smart. He can be serious in a lot of situations where he needs to be. And although he's really funny, it doesn't feel like he's trying to be super immature or anything like that. I feel like his comedic moments feel very natural for his character, and I think they really fit and work incredibly well in the show. And the Doctor can be really emotionally compelling at times. It felt like another example of a character in Star Trek who could seem emotionless but has a lot more to him. A lot of like Data in the Next Generation, who was a lot like Spock from the original era. And I think it really works because Spock, Data, and the Doctor are all great characters, and there are similarities between the characters, but I think all of them are very wonderful characters in their own right. And I think that Spock isn't too much like the Doctor, for example. Data does feel like they were trying to do what was Spock, but as something really different and really unique. And then I feel like the Doctor has some similarities to Data with what they were trying to do, but feels like a very different character at the same time, and I think that's fantastic. And the Doctor was able to bring a lot of really enjoyable energy to Voyager, and I think that's wonderful. And there are a lot of other really good characters in Voyager. There's lots of really good things in the ensemble, but I don't think the show would have worked as well without the Doctor. And I think that when a lot of people think of Voyager, aside from uh, Catherine Janeway herself, I think a lot of people think of Seven of Nine, and that's perfectly understandable. She is a good character, but I do think it's Picard where she really became such a great character. And in my personal opinion, I think that Voyager deserves to be remembered for the ensemble in general, but particularly the Doctor, a really good character that added so much to the franchise, and I love that he got to continue being a part of the Star Trek franchise, and I think that he really deserved it for being such a good character played by such a great actor.